Hey there, it's Tim, and I'm here with the last 2.5 weeks worth of Frugal Wins and Fails. So, I whittled it down to 10. I have 4 wins and 6 fails. This week, or over the last 2.5 weeks, the wins are kind of small and the fails were kind of hefty. So, let's just jump right in. With the wins, I got my carpet cleaned. So when I signed my lease, I got carpet cleaning. So I moved all my furniture out of the way, and they came in and cleaned the carpet. So it's all fresh, and I'm just going to maintain that moving forward. It was pretty clean to begin with because I don't really wear shoes, but you know, a year it needed to be cleaned. And I'll vacuum more often moving forward. My office, the building that our office is in, had an appreciation event a few weeks ago. So they provided a steakhouse in town, came and catered, and they had steak bites and shrimp cocktail and wine and cookies and a variety of other things like hors d'oeuvres that we could snack on. And it was just appreciation for everyone that had an office in the building downtown. So that was awesome. A nice little dinner. I don't think I ate dinner that day. I'm pretty sure that was my dinner. Although, knowing me, if you've been watching my vlogs, I do tend to eat irrationally, you know. So, anywho, but this is not about my vlog. Let's see. When I took the train up to my family's a few days ago, I got an upgrade for $1 to business class. So that was kind of cool. I did vlog about this as well, but essentially for $1, I got upgraded to a different car. I got a free $6 pass for food, and then I bought a $10 meal, which that $6 went towards. So I only paid $4 for food, and I paid $1 to upgrade. So really I had a $5 experience, which was not too bad. And then finally, I rented a car this weekend because I had to go up north for rehearsal, and I returned it. I picked it up at 10 p.m. on Friday, and I returned it at like 10:30 on Saturday. So if anything, I should have been charged a day plus an hour. But when I returned the car, the system was down for maintenance. So they told me that they couldn't get me a receipt. And I was like, that's fine. The next thing I know, on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, I checked my email and I had gotten the receipt for my rental car. And they charged me for 2 full days, which was like $97. So I called and I patiently explained, hey, I got double charged, and I didn't want to jump right into it and say, hi, you double charged me, say I returned it at 9 a.m., but I didn't. I just kind of wanted them to reach their own conclusion. So I called in and I said, oh, I was double charged, and I let him click around, and then he said, okay, so it says here that you returned it at 9 a.m. I'm like, oh, no, actually, I was working at 7 a.m., so I couldn't have done that. I returned it on Saturday night, but the system was down for maintenance, so maybe there was an issue. And he ended up, I feel like he thought I was lying, but he ended up saying he'd refund it. He's like, I'll give you back $33, which was 1 day's fee. But I was like, well, the taxes and the fees also were doubled, so you know, it should really be half, not just $33. And he's like, oh, okay. And he took a few minutes to kind of calculate. And ultimately, he gave me back $41 and some change. And I wasn't going to argue. So I just said, okay, can you email me a receipt? And he did. And then when I look at that, it shows like 2 of the fees that still had 2 days. So it totals like $6.50. I'm going to get that back, but I didn't want to deal with it on the phone. I think I'll just take it in to somewhere in person. It very clearly shows on the receipt, 1 day rental, 2 days of these fees. So I think what they'll do is just apply that $6 credit to my next rental rather than issuing me another refund, but we'll see. So those were the wins. You know, nothing that moved any mountains or anything. The fails, though, we had an instance where I had to throw away pasta and chicken. I don't even remember what that was. It was so long ago because I'm a little behind on these videos. I'm pretty sure... Nope, I got nothing. Apparently I had pasta leftovers, I'm assuming, and I had to throw it away. On day 1 of Vlulai, I took a lift to the train station because I was in a hurry. And the train was delayed by like 2 hours. So I paid $10 to get across town, which I did not need to do. So that was a frugal fail. For my vacation, I was pretty good. My parents financed most of it. I bought a few things for myself here or there. But as a family, we did have a couple of frugal fails, so I wanted to include those as well. We went out to Olive Garden for dinner one of the nights, and I filled up on breadsticks and soup like I do. I also got the fried mozzarella appetizer, which is so good. So by the time my dinner got there, I wasn't hungry at all. And I got it to go thinking I'd eat it, but we were also starting a road trip. So that didn't keep in the back cooler, and it was gone. So my parents bought my dinner, so it wasn't my money, but it was $20 that I didn't eat. So that's really, really shitty. I felt kind of bad. Also, my parents, we were trying to plan ahead, and we were like, okay, well, we can't eat out every meal for this trip. That would be expensive. So they packed picnic supplies. My dad brought sandwich stuff, and we figured we'd stop at a park and make sandwiches. He left the day early in the morning and then spent the night in Spokane, Washington, and at my sister's sister-in-law's house. My dad stayed there, and my mom and my brother and I met them the following morning after driving through the night, essentially, and then we continued our caravan. Well, my dad was trying to plan ahead, so he put the cold sandwich stuff in the refrigerator at my sister-in-law's house, but then in the morning, they forgot that. So we had to go to the store and buy stuff to make sandwiches, which really, did we save any money by doing that? They basically bought 2 rounds of picnic supplies, which didn't really save us any money. And then the piece de resistance of the whole thing was we got 2 speeding tickets and a ticket for sleeping without a seatbelt on. Well, really, it was just for not wearing a seatbelt. I happened to be sleeping. So my brother and sister both got speeding tickets to the tune of $120 and $135. I got a ticket for $10 because I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. So that's a frugal fail. And I really need to stop getting these tickets, you guys. I promise I'm not horrible on the road. It's just been a really unfortunate couple of months, it looks like. So, anywho. And then the last one is really dumb on my part, but I ended up getting a $2 fee for a credit card. I thought that I had made my payment. I guess I didn't. It was late. It was in that month where I didn't really do any budgeting in May or June. It was in June, and I didn't really do any budgeting and just hoped for the best. And you know what doesn't work? Not budgeting and hoping for the best. So, $2 to a credit card late payment. Bad Tim. But those are my frugal wins and fails. I will talk to you next week.